2006, Don and I were almost $90,000 in debt, and we're choking on that debt.
It was black, it was a cloud, it was looming over the horizon and moving rapidly toward us. At the time, I was working for a financial publishing magazine, and I'd read these stories every day.
The bills would come in, and sometimes you'd have to borrow from Peter to pay Paul.
Car breaks, you have to replace this, you have to buy new tires.
Maybe you had a little bit left on some credit card, and we would maybe borrow from that credit card to pay off another credit card.
We were just living and trying to keep up with what we thought was the norm.
And after a while, on time became late.
Pleasure meeting you. I remember meeting the Carrolls in 2006. When we had met, they were receiving collection calls.
You start cringing every time the phone rings. You don't want to go to the mailbox.
The finance charges became so high that we couldn't ever touch the principal.
We weren't trying to dodge the bill collectors, we were trying to dodge the anxiety that went with it.
Because I wanted to be able to get the phone. I wanted to be able to sleep at night. I wanted to not worry that I'm working so hard and not getting anywhere.
You spent all this money and now you have to try to figure out some way to pay it all back. We went out and started looking seriously for somebody to help us with a problem.
It's a learning process, so I was hoping that I was going to be educated by asking for assistance from other people. I was plenty ashamed, but I needed to feel like I was going to solve the problem.
Despite what they were going through, they were willing to do what needed to be done.
Every day you take it as it is and you do the best you can.
The Carrolls had attempted to handle these debts on their own.
When I would go online to look for information, you're bombarded with a bunch of stuff that you don't know what's legitimate.
They had contacted their creditors.
You got to make a list of all the stuff you owe first.
And were successful in some cases where they were able to set up a hardship plan.
Carole actually put this all on a spreadsheet, partly by luck and a little research.
We went to GreenPath to help us solve our problem.
They were concerned about the credit, and which is one of the reasons why they had chosen not to file bankruptcy.
They put us in a debt management program.
We were able to set up a plan where they would handle their debts on their own, that they had set up a hardship plan, and we would handle those which had higher interest rates and large payments.
It was like, oh, I'm going to be out of debt. In 5 years, I'm going to be out of debt.
And then Don got sick. 4 or 5 years ago, we were able to find a solution to this.
Using credit cards to pay for medical bills as well as medication.
After several different surgeries to solve the problem, working less hours, a lot of stress management there with worrying about him and then the bills.
Because she went through a lot. She went through a lot in this.
It was kind of a tightrope walk.
But throughout the whole process, she was always so positive.
We let them do their little magic in the background. They made all the phone calls for us and they said, no, this is what's going to happen. We're going to be your voice for you. You don't have to deal with these people. We're going to do it. All you have to do is perform. And
combination of payments through the debt management program as well as payments that they made directly to the creditors, they were able to pay it off in less than 5 years.
All of a sudden, it was like the weight of the world was being lifted off my shoulders.
Because we were able to work with GreenPath, the difference from before to now is so extreme.
Currently, Don has a credit score of 752 and Carole has a credit score of 777. When they had come to GreenPath, their score was 526.
It's your responsibility. You purchase something, you pay for it. We did. Thanks to GreenPath.
It was no surprise that the Carrolls were able to pay off their debts in less than 5 years.
Don't wait. We wish we hadn't waited as long as we did, but we're really glad we did this.
GreenPath is giving me my smile back, and I thank you for that. I value that more than gold.